This is the perfect example of how manifestation works. I'm Georgia, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the most seamless manifestation stories I have. This is one of the biggest things I probably ever tried to manifest, and it worked, and I think there is some very important lessons in this story about how manifestation works. So I'm going to go through that story with you today and tell you the most important points that come out of it to show you how you can manifest in your own life. So for as long as I can remember, I've always felt very drawn to California, and I never knew why. I just always had this real longing to go there, this internal desire, like I had to get there somehow. So this is what I was trying to manifest, and I didn't know under what circumstances it would be that I would get there. I just knew that somehow I had to get there. So for years I had this internal longing, but it was actually more of a knowing. It was just this feeling that somehow I knew I was going to get there. And basically where the whole manifestation of it started to come to fruition started when I was applying to university. So I was applying to do a law degree. There was the main one that I wanted, which was Newcastle, and Newcastle had a year abroad programme that didn't offer California. But there was another university, Sheffield, that I didn't want to go to, but they had a year abroad programme that did offer California. And to me, a year abroad programme seemed like the perfect way for me to get to California, because not only could I get there, I could get there for an extended period of time. But long story short, I didn't choose Sheffield in the end, and that is a good thing, because otherwise that would have been me trying to control the outcome, when really I know I should have just followed my gut and done what felt right to me, which was choosing Newcastle, which is what I did, and I did end up going to Newcastle instead. But even with them not offering California, I still had this faith, this knowing within me that somehow I was going to get to California. I had no idea how that was going to happen, but I just knew it was going to happen. And then came the time for me to apply to doing a year abroad with my university, and as I said before, they didn't offer California. However, for my year, they suddenly offered California on the year abroad programme. So that was the first miraculous thing that happened. So of course I had to apply to get that place in California, but the thing is, California had higher requirements than most of the other places that you could go to, and that ignited a little bit of fear in me, because there were a lot of very intelligent people on my course, and I knew some of these people who wanted to get to California. But despite that, I still had that deep faith, that knowing within me that somehow I was going to get there. So the fear would come every now and then, but it was like it didn't overpower this faith that I had within me. And lo and behold, as I'm sure you can guess, I managed to get one of those places in California. So I ended up being the first person on my course to do a year abroad in California on this programme. So I think there are two key manifesting lessons that come out of this story. The first one is, do not try and manipulate the outcome to get what you want. If you are truly manifesting and doing it properly and being in the right vibration to attract whatever it is you want, then you don't need to manipulate the circumstances to try and bring that reality to you. If you truly believe that it is going to come to you and you are emitting that reality, then the universe is going to rearrange itself for those circumstances to come to you perfectly. So for me, it came to me through the university I wanted to go through, despite that originally not being a possibility. Instead of me doing something I didn't want to do just to try and get that outcome, it came to me in the most perfect way possible. So if there's something that you're trying to manifest and you can see a way to get it, but it's not a way that feels right to you, then don't do that. Just keep having the faith and keep believing it, keep living in that reality, and then eventually the universe is going to rearrange the circumstances so it can come to you in the most perfect way possible. The second key lesson I think from this manifestation story is that you have to truly believe with every fibre of your being that whatever you want is already yours. This is something that for years I had with regards to getting to California. I'm not sure how I had this belief, but within me somehow I always had this belief, this knowing that I was going to get there. And because this was always a reality within me, it wasn't something that I was wishing to happen or that I thought would happen. It was something that I just knew, like it was just a knowing within me. Then because of that, it had to happen, and the circumstances came around and the universe made it happen for me. Whereas other areas where I don't have that knowing, I haven't programmed my mind in that way, I struggle in those areas. You might be able to see this in areas of your own life where you've had things come to you easily and that seems to match your belief system, whereas in other areas where your beliefs are a bit more limited, it's harder for you to get those things. So the lesson or lessons of this video are: 1, when you're trying to manifest, don't try and manipulate the outcome. Do whatever feels right to you whilst holding the belief you already are a vibrational match to whatever it is that you want. And then the second lesson is you've got to believe truly with every fibre of your being that whatever it is you want is already yours. Brainwash yourself into believing you already have whatever it is you want with no doubt. If you can master those two things and get to that state, then you have no choice but to receive your desires. The universe is going to have no choice but to rearrange itself and bring those things to you. So good luck with doing those things and happy manifesting.